What's going on, guys? I'm Jay the Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about this unfortunate story out of California. Apparently, there's a rapper by the name of Jaye Stash, and he ended up not only taking the life of his girlfriend, but also of himself during a domestic dispute in front of her 3 children because they've only been dating for about a year. So those children are by another guy or other guys. And this happened on New Year's Day. Let me say this. I'll get into this. This is why I tell a lot of men, you need to think about the bigger picture of your life. Do not, under any circumstances, pedestalize any woman. Because let me tell you what's going to happen. If you're pedestalizing women, there's a good chance that if that relationship doesn't work, you're going to become obsessed with her. This guy has only been dating this female for about a year. She has 3 children by other men. And you're that deeply into her that you're like, if I can't be with her, nobody can be with her. Because that's what it seems like. Here you are, a rapper who I'm assuming is successful because there's other people like Trippie Redd put a post saying R.I.P. to him. So he's known by individuals in the entertainment industry. He was considered an up and coming rapper, as some music reports, because I had never really heard of him. I believe he may be from New York. They say he was based in South Florida. But he's dating this female. It hasn't been more than a year. And this situation happens on New Year's Day. One of the things that may have occurred, and I'm going to get to the article, was that maybe she was threatening to break up with him. He didn't want to break up with her, even though this woman has 3 children by someone else. He still doesn't want to lose her. See, that just shows that he is putting a lot of value in this woman that he just started dating about a year. And the fact that you take it this far when you haven't even been together that long just shows you how much, he pedestalized her and how he felt like he couldn't go on without her. And I believe due to some things in his history that this probably was a very toxic relationship. And ultimately he decided to take the coward's way out. Let's get into this article from the New York Post. It says rapper Jaye Stash allegedly took the life of a woman in front of her 3 kids for also taking himself out with a weapon. People reported, Jaye Stash, whose real name is Justin Joseph, passed in Temple City, California on Saturday. He was only 28 years old. According to the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, cops heard a report of a domestic dispute around 7:14 a.m. on New Year's Day. Deputies found the bodies of Jeanette, who was 27, and Joseph at the scene. Stash had an argument with Jeanette, and he led her into the master bedroom where he locked the door. Their bodies were found later. It's sad, man. What happened to walking away? What happened to leaving? You dudes think you can argue women into your side? You think you can put hands on them to make, what I'm saying? That stuff ain't gonna work, man. Because a lot of these guys are, these guys have feminine energy and they're very emotional and they don't know how to control their emotions. The female victim sustained multiple shots while the male victim sustained 1 self-inflicted shot, deputies noted. According to People. Right now, the evidence at the scene and the preliminary information that we have from the children in the home is that it is he basically took both of them out. He took himself out, he took her out. Lieutenant Derek Alfred told KTLA on January 1st of the incident. The 3 children ranged from ages 5 to 11 and were uninjured. When authorities arrived at the home, the children were removed and sent to live with relatives. So she became a mother, it looks like, when she was 16 years old. So from the time she was 16 to 27, she has had 3 children. And now she's dating this rapper You gotta ask yourself, how was a connection like this made? This woman has 3 children. How was she able to date a rapper? That we have to ask ourselves that question. How is she able to have time to date a rapper with all these children? Unfortunately, a lot of these women, man, they still want to go out and party, and they still want to go and meet celebrities. That's probably how she was able to meet him. I believe I've seen some pictures. I don't know if that's 100% her, where she's out around, some of these celebrity guys. And that's the type of people she's around. The Associated Press reported that one of the kids called their grandmother, who told them to call 911. However, it's unknown if the call was made before or after Jeanette lost her life. Joseph, who had been dating the mom for about a year before their deaths, Jeanette's family started a GoFundMe to raise money for her funeral and express their grief over the situation. When these situations happen, the children always are the ones who suffer. This jackass could have walked away, but he didn't. When these dudes get so in love with these women and feel like they don't want to lose them, they do this, which is the dumbest thing you can't. This is a 28-year-old man who threw his life away because he was so in love with the woman he had only been with for a year, that if he couldn't be with her, he like, I'll take you out and myself. Like, what is that? You're supposedly a well-known rapper. I'm pretty sure you could get another girlfriend, but you cannot get another life. The page was started by Jeanette's sister, Erica Chavez, who wrote, "With a heavy heart, my sister passed away January 1st, 2022. A tragic and unexpected loss for my family and nephews. God has gained another angel." The post continued, "My sister was full of life, and she was the sweetest, most caring person, always there for everyone who needed her. Her favorite quote, 'Live today because tomorrow is never promised.'" That's the irony of this. "My sister leaves behind 3 beautiful boys who will have to continue living life with what's left, the memories created with their mom," Chavez added. I'm telling you, man, this is sad all around, man. Once again, man, I don't understand why you guys that have so much that you could do will go and do this. Now, we can look at the mental aspects. Maybe this guy was dealing with mental health issues. We just don't know. For him to do what he did, the trigger of it was this female that this guy, Jay Stash, Justin, couldn't walk away from. You see, Justin couldn't let it go. Justin could not say, you know what, I'm done. I'm going to move on. What's with these males saying, you know what, if I can't be with you, nobody can. So I'm just going to end my life, because, again, he didn't want to go to prison, because a lot of these guys are more afraid of prison than they are of death, which is interesting. You could have walked away, bro. There's absolutely no excuse. None. This woman had 3 children. And I know people are going to say, well, what did she do? Well, again, does that mean that he should do what he did? Because obviously he must have felt guilty if he ended up taking himself out, which lets me know this might have been planned. Or it could have been accidental. But nothing is an accident if he did it. He shot her 3 times. 3 times. How do you get that angry? Like, how? Now, let's dig a little bit. A second. We're going to go into his past a little bit. And we're going to talk about a female that he dated back in 2014 that he accused him of putting hands on her and beating her up. Okay, she was a model. She was well known. And they dated back then. And there were people who knew about her, as you can see there. And this was back in 2014. Back in 2014. So this guy has a background of allegedly putting hands on the women that he dates, at least one, right? And with this situation, there's a domestic violence situation. He pulls her into the master bedroom and he takes her out and he takes himself out. This guy has a lot of issues. I think his main issue was that the fact that he couldn't get over a woman that didn't want to be with him anymore. He thought the best course of action was to take her out and take himself out. How does that help? This woman has 3 children. You didn't care about the children? Of course you don't. You know, you guys, a lot of these women, man, they bring these men around their children who don't care about their children and don't care how they would feel if their mother was no longer there. No attachment there, none. You got to be careful the type of men you date, man, because a lot of these guys are mentally unstable. Like this guy, they're emotional and they don't want you to leave them. They don't want to feel rejected. It's very clear he didn't want to feel rejected, and he got rejected. He felt rejected. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I'll see y'all on the next one.